What is up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another Tough Builds episode, and today's video is Q&A time. It's Friday. Let's go ahead and jump into today's video. The first one coming from Geno Dominguez, and to answer your question, you never catch the torque spec of the variable valve timing solenoid. That's because I did not mention it in that video, and I apologize for that. You're going to want to torque down those bolts to 15 foot-pounds of torque. All data does indicate that you should do it at 20 foot-pounds of torque with a 60-degree turn. You can judge that by yourself. I usually do 15 foot-pounds of torque, so I don't have to worry about snapping any bolts. I definitely don't want to be going in there and chasing out threads. It's not fun, so just do 15 foot-pounds of torque and you should be in the clear. Really good question though. Now the next one comes from Cars by Mo, and his comment is displayed here, and he says, "Thank you for the video, sir. Gonna do this to my crash Mustang soon. Stay tuned." I'm wondering if he's gonna make a video, because that would be really dope. I would definitely subscribe. I'm actually gonna go to his page and subscribe now. Now if you guys have a YouTube and you want me to follow, make sure you guys comment and I will definitely follow you as I see the comments. I'm also here to shout him out. Actually, I'm a complete idiot because the link I'm about to put right here is directly to his YouTube. Make sure you guys go over to his channel and smash that love button, and make sure you guys hit that support button, the bell, and give that video a thumbs up. Real good banger. I can't wait to see his video very shortly. Welcome to the Tough Builds family. I don't think I've answered this one yet here on the Q&A, but I do want to keep this as documentation for anybody that really has the questions to ask. I really want to make sure I put them in video as well in text. After you are done changing out anything suspension wise or any CV axle or anything like that, I always suggest to do an alignment. And why? Because all parts are not made as equal. They may seem as equal, but they are not made the same as equal. You're definitely going to want to get an alignment done every time you change something out as far as suspension and drivetrain goes. If you change out the axles, get an alignment. Change out the control arms, get an alignment. You change out the tire rods, get an alignment. Obviously, that's your main one. And it doesn't matter what you do as far as suspension goes, even if you change out your struts, get an alignment. It's very important, and you will save your tire wear a lot of other suspension parts on your car. Keep it aligned, keep it happy. This next one comes from Grease Engineering. Funny thing, a long time ago, probably I would say about 2 months ago, I was working on a Jeep. All right, it was in the backyard. It was my old boss's backyard. I said Wagoneer, which we all know it's not called a Wagoneer, it's called a Wrangler. You know, some people take it personal for whatever reason. I already knew what it wasn't, and I knew that it's not called a Wagoneer. I already knew this. I call these Jeep because I get tired of working on them. That's all I see is either Jeep, Chevys, a lot of Chevys. You know, when you're just working on Jeeps all the time, yeah, it becomes familiar to you, and you're able to work on them a lot faster and get the job done because you already know the problem. You're just there to fix out the problem. Grease Engineering was saying that you don't have to take the cables out of the mount, which he is 100% right. That's one part I did not record, but it's on a 2010 Jeep Wrangler. I was redoing the parking brake cable. If you guys want to see that YouTube short, link down in the description. As we continue to grow, there's going to be a lot more comments in the section below. It's just a lot of time for me to actually film these. I film these the day before, and I edit them the day before, and I post them the day before. So you guys get it strictly the day after I'm done pretty much recording it. Now, if you guys don't know the last video I did, which was on Wednesday, make sure you guys go ahead and check out that video. Show that video some support, please. I beg to you, and I beg that you go ahead and smash that like button too. I found out some very disturbing and bad news about a DDE member, and he's been the member of Daily Driven Exotics for quite some time, and I found out that he had cancer. I will also be linking his video down in the description. You guys can go ahead and check that out. It's from Daily Driven Exotic Stories. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and look at it. Give them also a thumbs up on their video to help support Garrett. Thank you for all your beautiful comments that you guys wrote on my last video. I really do appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody that's been smashing that like button and sharing the video as well. It shows a lot because cancer does suck and we all go through it. It's just, I really wish that it just wasn't a thing. I will continue saying that until it isn't a thing. It's no joke. Now here's another one that I want to bring to the table from Chevy LS, and yes, you know what? Almost all the Mustangs now run a ICMR, which is the air doors, I guess you can call them. I don't know what you guys would prefer them at, so I'm not gonna really give you the right name for them. They are controlled when you are on the gas, and they open inside of the intake, and it allows more air to go in, which allows you to get more power. They've done this because of fuel economy. They're trying to save a lot more on fuel economy, so they added this ICMRs to do that. Do you make a lot more power? Yes, Yes, you do. But you can make a shit ton more if you just leave them right open and get it ported. If you do that with a tune, your Coyote is going to make a lot more power, and it's already been proven. But you can make a lot more power just by getting a 2024 intake with the 2 throttle bodies. Boom, you're making pretty good power. And if you guys want to see the video of somebody that actually did it to the first S550 ever, once again, description, check it out. It's amazing how much power gain you get at the high end. Totally crazy. Is it worth the money? Because a lot of these are going for like $350 on OfferUp. You can buy the whole freaking setup. Now this next one comes from Chris Smith. And Chris Smith, you must be a lot older gentleman. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because cars these days that are modern don't require valve adjustments. They don't. Non-adjustable valves, 0. You don't need to go in there like the old days and adjust the valves. It is not a valve issue, it is a lifter issue. And it's been known, Ford already has a lot out for it, a TSB out for the lifters. It's a known common issue. They say there's nothing wrong with it. You just have to get used to hearing that or the typewriter or whatever you want to call it these days. Barbecue tick, it has a whole bunch of other names, but it doesn't affect the car's performance or anything. The car's performance is great. It still runs, it still drives, it's still fast, and it still can kill you. There's nothing wrong with the fact that you might think that is a valve. Totally understand. Like I said, you're probably an older gentleman and you think the valves need to be adjusted. Negative, sir. Negative. I've been working on modern day cars for a very long time, and I tell you one thing, the only thing you can do to these modern day cars now is, you know, you can pull the valve cover off, take the timing chain off, go ahead and take your cams out, you know, put new cams in there. If you really want to put some very like stage 2, stage 3, yeah, you're going to want to add a better spring, you're going to want to add a better lifter and better rockers to perform to the need that you need for that cam. But there is no adjustment needed for the new car. Just keep that in mind. This is going to be the last one. This video is going to be pretty short this week. I don't want to make it an extremely long video because I want to have at least more to come back to for next Friday's video. So this one comes from Will. And Will says, why wouldn't you just take the yoke out? This is on a YouTube short I did when I got the bolt that went to the drive shaft and bolts right down into the yoke on the back side of the transmission decided to snap. It was not fun. I knew something was wrong because the minute I shifted into second gear, everything felt like a floppy fish. My investigation found out later that day that that bolt was gone. It definitely sheared off and it was totally just gone. Now with the yoke issue. Oh yes, I did attempt to take the yoke off, but the only issue that we have is those nuts on the back of that yoke are torqued to God's worthy torque, and including all the Loctite that Ford puts on these damn things, it's extremely tight on there. So I just said, you know what, forget it, I'm just gonna go ahead and extract the bolt out from the yoke, and it actually worked. I started off with a small drill bit, then I went up a size, and then I went up another size, and then I got extremely close to what that bolt size was, and I was able to unwind the rest of the threads out without harming the internal thread, so I can go ahead and screw the bolt back into it again. I still chased it to make sure that the thread inside of the yoke was okay, because I don't want that thing to shear off again and go flying down the freeway, because that totally suck, and then you would have a floppy fish again. It worked. It's actually doing very well still. Aim into that because I don't want to do that job again. I hate extracting. Not a fun job, but I can certainly do it with no problem. But that video actually blew up for a second there, and I got a shit ton of comments on it, and I think every single one of you guys that was trying to give me ideas trying to get that bolt out, I really do appreciate it. I don't really get too many of that, you know, and a lot of these were actually going through my head too. It's like, why didn't I just heat it up, drill it, and then take it out? I mean, it did come to my mind, but I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna mess with it. I don't want to ruin this bolt anymore. I'm just gonna extract it, get it out, and go ahead and put the new bolt in. It was a really fun video, or let me rephrase that. It was a really fun short that I really wanted to show you all, just in case you got stuck in the same situation with these fake ass 2-piece drive shafts. Hate 2-piece. Well, I'm a 1-piece drive shaft all day person because it transfers all of that power directly to the rear wheels. It's not spinning 2 shafts at the same time. It gives you more power in the long run. You're gonna make better timing with a solid drive shaft, which is not a 2-piece. So if you're wondering about that, yes, a full drive shaft, they do tend to break a little bit more on the yokes, but if you buy a really good one, like a carbon fiber or you buy one from American Muscle, you can certainly get them built the best way that they possibly can. A lot of these full drive shafts can handle a lot of horsepower, and I'm talking about like 13 plus. It's really good to see that they put a lot of effort into making these full drive shafts, so the fact that you can make more power off them and you don't have to worry about those two main drive shafts into one situations anymore. You don't have to worry about your center support bearing going bad. It eliminates all of that issues. That's all you need is just a brace that goes up in the front where that drive shaft is at, so if it does ever break from the yoke, it's not going to go shooting into the cab and possibly injuring you or killing you, depending on how fast you're really going. Just keep that in mind with all said and done. My name is Chris. You guys were just tuning in to ToughBuilds Customs. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, go ahead and smack that like button. If you are new here, make sure you smack that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell on the side. Leave your comments, questions, or concerns down in the comment section. Share this video with all your friends and family. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next banger. Peace.